So friends, let's see today's delicious Goan Shira recipe. Now let's go through the ingredients. Now here I have 1 cup of rava or semolina. Now you can use the fine rava or the medium rava. Next I have 1 cup of sugar. This is regular sugar. 1 cup of water. 1 cup of milk. Now this is half a cup of mixed nuts, that is raisins and cashew nuts, so 1/4 cup each, and half a cup of clarified butter or ghee, and a few drops of yellow or orange food color. So now in a pot, I've turned the flame on, and I'm just going to add the water, the milk, and the sugar, and I'm just going to stir the 3 ingredients well together on a low to medium heat. And now I'm going to add a few drops of yellow food color. You can even use orange color, depending on what you like the color of your shira to be. So I'm just using this yellow gel food color. And just stir everything till the sugar melts and let it come to a gentle boil on a low flame. Now in another pan, I'm going to add the ghee or the clarified butter. It's better that you add a melted butter. Then you're going to add the dry fruits and fry them till the cashew nuts turn nice and brown, golden brown, and the raisins swell up a bit. And then I'm just going to take out a little bit of it for garnish. So about 1.5 teaspoons, I'm just going to keep it aside for garnish. And now I'm going to add the rava or the semolina to this ghee. And we're going to fry this for a whole 1.5 minutes because we want the semolina to get, the ghee nicely incorporated in it. So you can put a timer on your phone, and for 1.5 minutes, just fry this on a very low flame, stirring continuously. And you'll get this beautiful aroma of the rava. So don't skip this step. This is really important for that light and lovely shira. And now I'm going to add our water, milk, sugar, and food color mixture. See that it comes to a nice boil before you add it. And now you're just going to mix everything nicely together. And now I'm just going to cover and cook this for half a minute, stirring in between just once. And you will see that everything has come together really, really well. So just mix everything really nicely together. And then after this, what I like to do is I just put the flame off, and I like to just cover and keep this aside for about 2 minutes without the flame on, without any heat on, but just cover and set it aside for 2 minutes so everything really comes together really well. So this doesn't take much time to get ready, but just cover and set it aside for 2 minutes so that everything really comes together well and you get this light and lovely soft and fluffy shira. And now we are all ready to serve this. So here I've just taken a glass bowl and I'm just going to grease it with a little bit of clarified butter or ghee. And then I'm going to take a spoonful of the shira. And just press it down like this. Just even it out. And then you're just going to take another plate and just keep it on top of it and upturn it like this. Just tap it a bit. And you'll see that it nicely slides off because we greased it with some ghee. And now I'm just going to put the lovely fried raisins and cashew nuts on top as a garnish. And just for it to look even more pretty, I'm just going to add a few mint leaves. This is completely optional, but it just makes it look so pretty. And that's it, guys. Your lovely Goan Shira is all ready to enjoy with a hot cup of tea or coffee. So I hope you liked today's recipe. Do give it a try and do leave your comments in the comment section below. Don't forget to give this video a like. Don't forget to So here I've taken about half a cup of chana dal, and I'm going to wash it well under some running water, at least thrice. First, you will find that the water is very milky or murky. So till you get some clear water, you need to wash this chana dal well. And then we're going to soak this in about 2 cups of water for at least 3 to 4 hours. The chana dal needs to soak for at least 2 to 3 hours or 3 to 4 hours. Now after 3 to 4 hours, we're going to drain all that water, and then we're going to add this to a pan, and we're going to add 2 cups of water, and we're going to bring this to a boil. Now I'm also going to add my cashew nuts at this point. Now you will get this thick, foamy, white kind of layer on the top of the mixture, so keep removing that, ensuring that neither the dal nor the cashew nuts come into that, only the whitish soapy water. You need to remove all that. Now the dal is cooked well, so for checking it, you just take one of the grains of the dal and you just have to press the dal and between your thumb and your forefinger, and you will notice that it easily crushes up like this. That means your dal is ready. So now we can add this rice paste that I've prepared. I've just taken the rice flour, added a little bit of water, and I'm just going to whisk it to get a nice smooth kind of paste. So what this rice paste does is it also gives this Vorne a little bit of thickness rather than a watery consistency. Now I'm also going to add a pinch of salt. We're going to mix all of this well. Now I'm going to add my jaggery. Now it was very difficult for me to get Goa jaggery over here. I did try my best, but if you can get Goa jaggery, then the black or the dark brownish color, then please use that. It gives a beautiful taste. I did try in several places, but I was not able to get the Goa jaggery, so I'm just using the regular jaggery that we use at home. Now I'm going to add my rice paste, and we're going to stir this nicely. So now you can see that the mixture has thickened a bit. Now we're just going to add our cardamom powder or elaichi powder. This gives a lovely flavor to this sweet dish. We have to keep on stirring on a low to medium flame. Now you can see how the dal has nicely cooked very, very well. Now it's time to add the thick coconut milk. And we're going to continue stirring. Now once you add the coconut milk, we're just going to let the mixture boil. And once it comes to a boil, we're just going to keep it for about 2 minutes. And then we're going to turn off the heat and let the mixture come to room temperature. And that's it. The Vorne or soji is ready. You can see how the mixture has thickened up. You can actually see the particles of dal and the cashew nuts also. Now you can transfer this to a serving bowl. Now this quantity that I made is enough for 4 people. So if you want to make more, you can double the quantity. So this you can have piping hot, which I like to, or you can also have it chilled. It tastes great both ways. start with today's easy bread pudding recipe. So let me take you through the ingredients. Now for the caramel syrup, I've taken 4 tablespoons of sugar and 2 tablespoons of water. Here I have 2 eggs. This is 1 teaspoon of vanilla essence. This is about half a cup of powdered sugar. These are about 8 slices of bread that I've just made into a fine powder in my mixer. Now I'm going to be using a steamer today to make this, and I also require 1.5 cup of milk. So first we're going to make the caramel. Now for the caramel, I've just taken a saucepan, preferably a non-stick saucepan. I've just added my sugar and my water, given it just one mix, and then I've just let the sugar and the water dissolve. You don't need to stir after this. Keep it on a low to medium flame, and you will see that the sugar just starts to caramelize and turn into this beautiful dark golden brown color. Just keep an eye on it though, but don't stir it. And the minute you see the edges of the syrup starting to become golden brown, then you just give it a shake just move the vessel and stir it just a bit, and then just put it into this dish into which you're going to make the caramel. And then what I like to do is to get an even get it evenly spread, I just put it on my gas flame and let it melt so that it evenly coats the base of the dish in which I'm going to make it. Now I'm just going to beat the eggs in a large bowl. I'm going to add my vanilla essence, give that a good mix. Then I'm going to add my powdered sugar. I've just taken regular sugar, put it into my mixer or blender and just given it a blitz. See that everything is well mixed together. Now I've used slices of bread. You can also use pav, that's available. Now just add the milk and again give it a mix. Now you can tear up the bread or the pav with your fingers and make it into a very fine into crumbly form. But what I like to do is I like to put it into my mixer and give it a blitz. That way you get a very even and smooth texture, and you don't get lumps of bread in the pudding. So now I'm just going to add this, and I've used brown bread. You can use white bread. Generally at our place we like to have whole wheat brown bread, so I've just taken the slices. You can even use leftover bread also, and then just give everything a very, very good mix. Now our caramel has already set into the dish. I've just used a regular baking dish. So you can see that it's actually solidified. So now I'm just going to pour my mixture over the caramel. And now I've already kept my steamer for boiling. I've just put the dish into the steamer and I've covered it with a lid. I've closed up my steamer and I'm going to cook this on a high flame for 15 minutes. I've actually kept my timer on and I'm going to cook it for 15 minutes. And then I'm going to let the steamer completely cool down. So I can, it's becomes cool enough that I can handle, I can touch the steamer. And then I'm just going to check on the bread pudding. I'm just going to take a knife, insert it, and when it comes out clean, I know my pudding is done. Now I have to transfer this to my refrigerator and let it completely cool down for about 2 to 3 hours. So I'm again going to cover it and put it into my refrigerator for 2 to 3 hours before I demold it. And now we're ready to demold it. So I've just taken a knife and just run it through the edges. And then I'm just going to put my plate on top of it and invert it. Then I'm just going to tap on it gently till you can actually feel that the pudding has loosened up from the dish. and you can just demold it. And you can see the pan has also come out quite clean, and I've just transferred it to a clean plate, and I just poured whatever little caramel was there in the side of the other plate onto the top of this. And I can, you can cut it up immediately, or you can even, chill it further and then cut it up, and then you get this beautiful slices of bread pudding. One cucumber cake or tausiache mandos. It's super easy. Now here I've taken 1 cup of rice, washed it thrice well under water, and now I'm going to soak it in 3 cups of water for 2 hours at least. This is very important that you soak the rice for 2 hours. So just cover it and set it aside. Now I've taken 4 medium cucumbers. I'm just showing you 2, but I've taken 4 medium cucumbers, washed them really well, and I've also peeled them. Then I've cut off the tips and do a taste test, and if the cucumbers are bitter, then please discard them. And now we're going to cut them lengthwise like this, and with a spoon I'm just going to scoop out all of the center, that is the seeds, etc. We're not going to use that. So you can put this in your plants, etc. Don't throw it into the garbage. You can put it in your plants. Just a small tip here. And then I'm just going to roughly chop up the cucumbers, and I should get about 1 cup of these chopped cucumbers. Now you can use any cucumbers. I got my hands on these. Otherwise you can use the dark green ones or whatever you're really used to using. And now once I've done that, I'm going to add the cucumbers to a mixer jar along with 1 cup of desiccated coconut. Now you can also substitute it with fresh coconut. I like the taste of the desiccated coconut in this cake, so I'm using that. And now I'm just going to grind that to a very fine paste. Now after 2 hours, the rice has nicely got soaked, so I'm going to drain out all the excess water, and I'm going to add this to my mixer jar. And I'm also going to be adding 1 cup of grated jaggery. Now you can use any jaggery, the Goa jaggery or the light, colored jaggery, whatever you have at hand. And I'm going to just add about 1/4 cup of water to help the grinding process. And we're going to grind this to a very, very smooth and fine paste like this. So you can transfer that to a bowl too. And now we're going to make the batter for this cucumber cake. So into a large bowl, I'm going to add both of these pastes that we ground just now. To that, I'm going to add 1/2 cup of clarified butter or ghee. So I've just melted the butter, the clarified butter. Now in the meantime, just preheat your oven to 180 degrees Celsius for 10 minutes. Now I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of elaichi powder or cardamom powder, as well as about 10 to 12 chopped up cashew nuts. And now you just have to mix everything really well together to get a nice batter. Mix this well so that the elaichi or the cardamom powder also gets nicely mixed up with the rest of the ingredients. And now I've just lined my cake tin with some butter paper, and I'm going to pour the batter into this cake tin. Now this is a 7x7 round cake tin. Then just give it a gentle tap, and now you're going to put it in your preheated oven and bake it at 180 degrees Celsius for 45 minutes. Now after 45 minutes, we're just going to do the test to see whether the cake is ready. So I'm just going to insert a knife into the cake, and if it comes out clean, that means it's ready. If yours doesn't come out clean, just put it back into the oven and bake it for about another 5 to 10 minutes. And once the cake is at room temperature, we're going to demold it, take off the butter paper, and I'm just going to turn it over to the right side. And there your beautiful cucumber cake is ready. So now we're just going to decorate it with some cashew nuts. So I've just taken the cashew nut, cut them into halves like this, and decorated the cake. Remember, we also have cashew nuts in the cake, so it makes it all the more better. And that's it, guys. Your lovely cucumber cake is all ready. So just dig in and enjoy.